and the mountains echoed. So here's a little bit of the gist of the story. So the novel is divided into 9 chapters, each of which is recounted from the point of view of a different individual. And its origin story takes place in Afghanistan, where the novel is mostly circulated around the separation of 2 children of an Afghan laborer. His name is Sabur, and his children's names are Puri and Abdullah. And here is a picture of the front of the book. So here is my social commentary and how I linked it to modern events. So what happened in the story, and where I feel like most of the story was based off of, was that Puri's father, Sabur, painfully sells his 3-year-old daughter, Puri, to the rich Wadadi family in Kabul, seeking to liberate her from the life of difficult labor and poverty that is usual in their town of Shadbagh. But in the process, she is separated from her beloved brother Abdullah. So I decided to research on this issue of being separated from your siblings and your parents at a young age, and if it's actual social issue, and it actually is. And even more surprising is that this story took place in Afghanistan, and majority of this issue does actually happen in Afghanistan. So according to UNICEF, from July to October 2018, at least 161 children between the ages of 1 month and 16 years were either betrothed or married off in return for a dowry or sold outright by their parents in the provinces of Badghis and nearby Herat, which are both in Afghanistan. And according to UNICEF, parents were utilizing the funds to pay off debts or also purchasing food. So this is actually an issue there. So here is my painting, and this piece is obviously on And the Mountains Echoed, and it's a watercolor painting with oil pastels incorporated. So the themes represented in this piece are family, time, and interconnectedness. So most of the themes are represented in the colors of the background. So you can see all the multiple different colors, and family and interconnectedness are represented with shadow figures, and the colors orange and green. So you can see that the people and the land is all black, representing a shadow, and the colors orange and green represent interconnectedness. So time is represented by the clock, and the blue gradient also represents a change over time. So if you look really closely at the clock, you can see that the top is blue, but it's eventually fading into a purple, almost a little light blue in it. I would go as far as saying maybe a tinge of violet. So the stories heavily are revolved around family and the sacrifices family make for each other and their relationships with each other. So here is the picture once more, and here are the 2 quotes which I use to back up my themes. So like when Abdullah tried to get accustomed to Parwana, his stepmother, but he couldn't, it was stated in the book, he wished he could love his new mother in the same way, and perhaps Parwana, he thought, secretly wished the same, that she could love him. The story's interconnectedness and time are also explained like a moving train. And I quote, "No matter where you hop on board, you are bound to reach the same destination sooner or later." This is a reflection back on how all the different characters in the 9 points of view were related to each other and how their relationships and stories move forward through time. And again, once more, that is the reason that we have a clock in the center. And that is it. Here are my references. Thank you.